Hello! Silver Greyscale here, getting back to more Final Fantasy, and I will be rightly embarrassed if Melmond here is not where Dr. Unne was, because where we need to go now is to meet with Dr. Unne, because we have the Rosetta Stone. Just a moment, let me see that tablet. This is the Rosetta Stone! It makes it possible to decipher Lufenian. Yes, of course! That's what it was! It all makes sense! Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Lufenian. And that is how he teaches us Lufenia. Jumping around and we just nod. There, now you can speak Lufenian too. And we can now speak the language of the air people. I think that also means... And Melmon is more or less done. Monturgar's one item is tied behind getting the adamantite for the smith. Lufenia has one item for us, which we should be able to get now when we can speak the bloody language. We just gotta find where we can land. Which, oh yeah, it was up here. And now we just need to walk all the way there. So I'm recording this possibly like 2 days after the last recording session I had, and it's also like the day after I finished editing those videos. And I figured I'm going to attempt at least to finish up this project, recording-wise at least, because there isn't that much left of this game. We have one last crystal to restore, and then it's just go to the final dungeon and kill the final boss. It's essentially endgame at this point, folks. And yeah, the length of this game is also the reason why I decided to do it first, not only because it was the first game. We are the Lufenians, the descendant of the race that once lived among the clouds, the Sky People. You use a vessel you call an airship. It was built by one of our ancestors, a man by the name of Sid. So yeah, even in this game, the name Sid was used for like an airship mechanic. The Lightbearers! Then the legend is true. We have a legend that has been passed down through many generations. According to this legend, 400 years after the fall of civilization in the sky, warriors bearing light will come forth to save our people. 400 years ago, we built a civilization of the highest order. Even beyond the skies we reached. However, that is not but history now. The flying castle floats on a blue sea of stars beyond the sky. The Sky People would pass on their memories from one generation to the next through rituals. But 400 years is a very long time, and those memories have begun to fade. Could the mechanical beings our ancestors created still function? The world is composed by 4 forces: fire, earth, water, and wind. Of these, we showed great prowess with the power of wind. High in the sky, we set a castle afloat in that azure sea of stars. So yeah, the Lufenians are descendants of the air people, and they're also... While we have elves, I have always seen these guys as like high elves. Pretty much. The castle that floats high above the clouds was once home to our ancestors. The Mirage Tower is the gateway to that castle. We struggled for our lives with Tiamat, the fiend of wind. But our powers was not enough. To this day, her lair remains in the castle in the sky, the flying fortress. We placed our last hopes in the 5 warriors we sent out. It has been said that they fell victim to the curse of the fiends and were turned into bats. Tiamat blocks the power of wind, the source of the sky people's strength. Before you leave, legendary warriors, take the chime with you. It will grant you passage into the Mirage Tower. That is the one item in Lufenia. And you need to be able to understand their bloody language to use it. Or to gain it, that is. We came to believe that there was an entity controlling the 4 fiends. To discern its location, we sent out 5 warriors. But much time has passed since we heard from them. I hope no harm has befallen them. Sadly, harm has befallen them. And also before we leave, now would be a very, very good time to pick up these 8 level spells, such as Full Life, which is just like the life spell, but it fully heals the person that gets knocked down, and Flare, which is the most powerful black magic spell in this game. This, my friends, was before spells like Meteor existed. So yeah, we're just going to get back to our airship. And we're gonna fly into the desert. I love that we've gotten so strong now that, like, enemies that used to, you know, spread fear are literally nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna double check here. So, Cornelia Castle is cleared. Cornelia, the town is cleared. Chaos Shrine is not cleared because we can't fully clear it yet. Matthias Cave is cleared. Provoke is clear. The Elven Castle is clear. Elfheim is clear. Western Keep is clear. Marsh Cave is clear. Mount Durgar we can't clear yet. Melmond is cleared. Crescent Lake is cleared. Cavern of Earth is cleared. The Giant's Cave is cleared. Sage's Cave is cleared. Mount Golg is cleared. Cavern of Ice is clear. Gaia is clear. The Caravan is clear. Onrak is clear. The Sunken Shrine is clear. Lufenia is clear. The Waterfall Cavern is clear. The Dragon Caves is clear. Citadel of Trials is clear. Yeah, we have essentially cleared every area we've been to. So yeah, the tower is right there. But we can't land in the desert with our airship. We're gonna land on the outskirts of the desert. And then we are going to sell off these later. But I figured that these will stay in our inventory for now. But don't worry about it. We will sell things and fully prep for the final dungeon when we finish off the Mirage Tower and the Flying Fortress, because, like they said, the Mirage Tower is the gateway to the Flying Fortress, and if I recall, you reach the top of the Mirage Tower and enter the fortress that way, essentially. So yeah, with the chime in hand, we can enter this place. and immediately get assaulted by enemies. And I do want to say that there was no desync there, it was just me reacting very slowly to the fact that, like, oh, I took like one step inside this bloody place and everything just started attacking me. Okay, so we have treasure chests in the middle. And we want them. Black Knight and a Nightmare, huh? The Nightmare flees, leaving the Black Knight to his fate. Getting murdered by the Warriors of Light. Well, one Black Knight decided to flee. Yeah, that's kind of one thing that many enemies do once you start reaching like the higher levels, and they start getting like close to death. They will just flee from you. Sadly, enemies that flee do not count as defeated, so you don't get their XP in that. So we picked up the Vorpal Sword. Which is not more powerful than what we have here. So we're going to take this Aegis Shield. And the Vorpal Sword is still not more powerful than the Ice Brand. He failed to flee. And yeah, that is Flare. It is the black magic equivalent to Holy. As in, it is the most powerful spell, and it is destructive. So we have 3 Guardians. Sadly, these, despite having the same name, are not the Guardians of Breath of the Wild. So either you can be very happy about that fact, or you can be like, well, they're called the same thing, so I'm gonna take out all of my Breath of the Wild stress on them. It is completely up to you how you want to face them. Master, we have waited so long. Chimeras. Yeah, we're just gonna fire. You're gonna do Protera, and you can just hit them with the flare. You know, it may be a bit insane, but okay, there's one thing I do want to check here. We got Null Death. We don't have Null All. That is something I will be looking into picking up before we go to the final dungeon. Because trust me, you want Null All for the final dungeon. Especially with the stuff that we're gonna face there. But for this upcoming dungeon, even though it is, you know, the lair of the Wind Fiend, you don't have to worry about having something like Null Wind on hand. Because if you're around like level 40 and have a class change, you should be completely fine. That is unless you run into a certain enemy in that dungeon. But we will get to that when we get to the hallway that he has a chance to spawn in. Okay, preemptive strike. So we're gonna get at least 2 of those killed. And 1 dog goes before 1 party member. Or in this case, 1 dog goes before 2. Okay, the stairs up is there. There is a room in the center that we want to check out for any amount of treasure. It's a blue dragon with Thunderbolt. Honestly, I thought that would hurt a bit more. Here we go. Continuing down here. Well, he missed his chance to paralyze, and he missed it to his shield. I was about to say, I think the mages together can at least deal with one of them, but it turns out that the white mage could deal with that on her own. Or the white wizard, I'm sorry. Alright, the king mummy is down. 1 Pyrolisk is down, 2 and 3. So it's only cockatrice, 2 cockatrices left. There goes 1 cockatrice. And there goes the second. There is treasure in here. Gil, Thor's hammer. And yes, that is that Thor's hammer. And a sunblade. And a dragon mail. Like I mentioned, the dragon mail easily is one of the best armors in the game. Which sadly the ninja cannot use, so dragon mail goes on to the knight. The sunblade is very effective against the undead, and it's more powerful than the defender. So finally, congratulations, Zephyr! You get to finally use another weapon. And speak of congratulations, Riley, you are worthy to hold Mjolnir, apparently. Sadly, Ray is stuck with the wizard staff. But that is going to be our... That is so far going to be our party setup until we get the thing we need for the thing that we need for the dwarven blacksmith. Two chimeras and we have a preemptive strike. We're just gonna have Rion and Zephyr deal with them. The mages can just defend. Riley got to level 41. Another preemptive strike, okay then. You there, you there, you there, you defend. Getting very lucky with those crits. That's another caster. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube and went to see our master. So yeah, the warp cube. If you reach the top here and don't have the warp cube from the android in the waterfall, you cannot go any further than this. Keep in mind, vampires count as undead. That was not enough to kill. Fuck it. I honestly thought that they would be taken out by the holy spell, but no. So that is our last opponent that we need to deal with. I'm just gonna make sure that I have full health here. And I'm stupid, I could just do this. Alright. It's a blue dragon! It is dead! Use the warp cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the flying fortress. And here we are. The flying fortress. Next time, we're exploring this place. And we are tackling the lair of the final fiend, Tiamat herself. This is turning more and more into a D&D campaign. See you guys then!